I'm here with Peter Coman from Indesign Technologies, and we will be talking about the impact of consumer technology on the smart building environment. Consumer technology is everywhere. It's making its way into enterprise, it's making its way into corporate, it's making its way into smart buildings. How do we accommodate it?
How do we not accommodate it? That's more the question. I mean, it's just a matter of time before this technology works its way in. We use it every day at home, and there's an expectation that if I can do it at home, I should be able to do it in the workplace.
And we talk about human-centered design, we talk about putting the user at the center. With the user already making the decision on what products they're using, I think there is no way we can't say, no, we're not going to support this.
And we're seeing that happen already. Obviously, BYOD years ago started that whole trend where customers or the end users would bring in their own devices, and then the IT support team had to support that. But we're seeing more and more of that sort of happening. So I think we're becoming a lot more brand agnostic, right? And as I said, those consumer technologies are just making their way in to that commercial environment.
What do you have to do as someone who needs to provide these solutions to the end users to make sure that the tech that's being brought in, which isn't necessarily designed with your vision in mind, how do you make it work? How do you make all the pieces fit?
I think the biggest thing for us as consultants, we're trying to understand what they're trying to achieve. Okay, quite often the consumer or the end user will be looking at a device, and it's like, well, hang on, forget the device. What do you want to do? Right? And that's our focus. And maybe that device is fit for purpose, maybe it's not. But that's our role in trying to understand what that outcome is, and then to provide the right technology to achieve that.
And do you believe that in the future, all smart buildings will just natively support all of these consumer devices that we're seeing, such as Alexa, Google Duplex, Google Home,
Absolutely.
Smartphones?
Absolutely. I mean, there's 20.4 billion IoT devices expected by 2020. So once again, it's a juggernaut. I don't think it's something that you can stop. And I think we just have to support it. And I think standards will play a big part in that. All these devices have interoperability between. They're all connected, all talking to each other, they're all sharing information. So I don't see it as being such a huge thing. It's a little bit different coming from our market as a pro AV market, where we use this control system and we use this product here. In consumer world, it's very, very different. Everything talks to each other. So I think those barriers are being broken down.
And last question, and it's going to be a little tough one. Do you think that people like Amazon, Google, they've done more to bring smart buildings to the consumer in a ready-made package than the smart building industry itself has done?
Absolutely, absolutely. I really believe that. And it's the fact that it's their openness. They've got cost-effective devices, and they want to incorporate their technology into all these other manufacturers' products. Whatever the brand is out there. I mean, at CES a couple of weeks ago, you're seeing all these products that are all these large manufacturers incorporating either Google Home or Alexa into their product as standard, right? So those products will end up in the workplace. So yeah, I think they're really getting their feelers out into the market. They've got a huge reach, and they will just end up flexing their muscles and dominating and taking over that commercial space in the not too distant future.